Hey guys, Jeff here with GhostNet Gaming, and we are back with our Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster playthrough, and we have a built bridge now. In theory, that means we can continue on. I still question the king's ability to manage his country if it took him this long to rebuild this bridge connecting to other parts of this continent, but who am I to judge? They've got to have ships and stuff like that, but probably not. I don't know. I don't even know if they have a dock to get out of here. They're landlocked. They're trapped. So let's go across the bridge. Just in time for our dramatic introduction. That's right, 3 episodes in, and we finally get the intro to our story. And so their quest began. As the 4 warriors of light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny had placed before them. And who told them that they had to go and do this thing? I want backstory, guys. They did not even know the true significance of the 4 crystals they held in their hands. The crystals that once, long ago, held a light that shone so brilliantly. The time for their journey had come. The time to cast off the veil of darkness and bring the world once more into the light. And we get ready for an epic journey of trying not to die every time we go into a dungeon, because some of those dungeons are mean. But you have to consider that moment when you first see this, because this is something that shows up even in the original game. That moment that you cross the bridge and the scene comes up. And the feeling of the grand sense of adventure, despite the fact that you're playing on something on your TV screen. And fighting crazy horses that really want to ruin your day. Because they're going off the trails on a crazy horse. But that's okay, we're ready to fight them. We've got this. As we continue our trek northward, we are on our way to try to figure out where we have to go next. I'm gonna go on a little sidetrack. Oh my gosh, it's the, the mixed bag of a holy encounter here. And away we go. This is also a very good track, Matoya's Cave. I think I can check the map here. I don't remember any of the buttons. Nope. Let's go check with this guy. Frontwards, backwards, any way you see. Such a strange spell to swish swish a ree. Oh. So cancel and okay. So if I look, I can switch characters. There we go. So that's how we open up our map. So we hit cancel and left 2. Which is interesting because in the original game you can actually see how to use the map by, I think it's B and select is the way to do it. In our little broom here, our little friend here tells us how to do that by spelling it backwards. So now we can see our map, we can see where we've explored so far, We don't have any treasure in Castle Cornelia because, you know, they're holding out on us. We found some of the stuff in the Chaos Shrine, but we can't get the rest. Once again, holding out on us. Matoya has some treasure in her chest. Oh, ouch! Ma'am, is there a problem? My eye! My eye! Okay, apparently she has a problem with her eye. Ouch! She keeps running into stuff, stubbing her toe. That's a fate worse than death. I can't see a plastic thing without my crystal eye. Who could have stolen it from me? It was not us. And it was not us that took all this stuff that's in these conveniently placed treasure chests. It's okay. Yeah, so they'll tell you the same thing. Anything in these pots? No. No, that comes in later games, where you can actually find stuff in pots. Alright, sorry Matoya. If we find your crystal eye, we'll bring it your way. Right? Yeah. Let's deal with some goblins. They seem to be persistent in causing a problem. You'd think the Kingdom Guards would be dealing with monsters in the forests and stuff like that. The crazy horses don't want to leave us alone. So we don't know where we weren't really given any hints of where to go next. They said there's a crystal to the north, and so far we're north, no crystals. Maybe he gave us wrong directions. Maybe he has no bloody clue. And honestly, I'm willing to believe that. So let's keep going over here. Can this get us anywhere? Nope. Just gets us to more crazy horses. Man, they're persistent over here. Do they not treat their horses very well? Is this the do we have to put a complaint against Cornelia for poor treatment of horses and just driving them crazy? Is that it? Could it be the land rotting away? The lack of wind? It's hard to say. Oh look, there's a town. We should check it out. It's got a dock nearby. Must be a lovely place. I bet there's nothing that could go wrong here when we go in. Like nothing. Right. That's how this works. It's just a lovely town just to the northeast of Cornelia. Are they even part of the same country? Like, I'm kind of wondering how the country lines work in this game. Like, what constitutes each different country? Do we have different countries? Are they just one unified world nation? It makes me wonder. Are they independent city-states? How does their political structure work? How do they negotiate? How do they farm? Do they have farm town? I don't see any towns that do any farming. Where do they get all their food? How does that work? Let's save before we head into town. Ready to roll. Let's go into town. Pravoka. Alright. Oh, it's a lovely place. Look, we got some canals here. Hi. Please help us. What? What? Could I get some more information? What seems to be the problem? Hello. Those blasted pirates. They're running around looting and pillaging like they own the place. Oh. That would probably be a problem. That's okay. We're going to stay at the inn. Yeah, the inn's got a lot of accommodations, an attractive receptionist. She's probably a dancer, based on what she looks like. And not to judge somebody by how they look, but that's how the other dancer looked. So, before we figure out if there's any pirates around town, maybe we should see if there's anything to buy. Any of the shops work? Hi. Oh, we can get some more spells. They're level 2. Oh, I have no money. We're going to buy Blizzard, though. And then we're going to go from there. It looks like I need money again. may have spent it all getting supplies, which means that we can't get a nicer weapon. No nicer weapon for us, but hey, maybe the pirates will give us stuff. Oh hey, they look deceptively like pirates. It could be the one eye that looks like they've all got eye patches. They must only be able to go in one direction. If they all have the eye patch on the same eye, they can't see that way, so they go the other way all the time. Hi. You've got cannonballs of steel to be talking to the great pirate Bikey. Or Bicky? Bike? Bick? What's his name? Keel haul him, boys! Oh, okay. I don't want to be keeled hauled, because that's uncomfortable. Aye, aye, Captain! We'll make their bones go crunch. That's a very visual and visceral statement. Make their bones go crunch. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about keel hauling either. For anybody that's unfamiliar with what keel hauling entails, they tie you to a rope, and then they drag you across the bottom of a ship, across its barnacles, across the keel, which is that center point at the bottom of the ship. And if you don't die from getting ripped up by the barnacles and other such problems, you probably drowned, because it's a slow process underneath the bottom of the ship. So, to put it very simply, no, I do not want to be keel hauled, and yes, I will defend myself to prevent that from happening, which is what we're going to do. Is we're going to do a little bit of defending ourselves by, stabbing them before they stab us, though there are more of them to stab us with. But just a little bit of armor on our fighters, and they're pretty much indestructible, at least early on in the game. And we could have bought, and I still haven't put that hat on somebody, so who knows what we could do if we actually equipped somebody with some more armor. They could defend themselves better, But what do I know? I'm just the guy trying to save the world. Alright, let's defend ourselves, This is what happens when you put fighters up against guys with no armor. Or something like that. Hey, money! We can buy some armor. We've made them disappear. They're gone to the Shadow Realm. I be sorry, young masters. I'll be making no more fuss, I swear. I want you to take me ship for your troubles. Can ye find it in your heart to forgive an old pirate? Sure. We just obtained a ship. We have no crew, and as far as I know, no knowledge of how to use said ship, but it's bound to be fine. Because of you, we needn't fear the pirates anymore. Thank you so much. Is there a cash reward for doing so? They say there are elves living across the sea. Elves? It depends. Are there attractive elves? But the elf prince has fallen into the deep sleep and hasn't woken up, so he's having a power nap. Is that what we're saying? Because of you, we needn't fear that. Yeah, we've heard that line before, sir. Well, let's go to where there's armor. We should buy some. Hi. Leather armor. Chainmail. Iron armor. Well, we can't afford the iron armor. We can't afford shields and leather gloves for everyone. But it's shields or gloves. Shields or gloves. Well, shields for 2 of them. And gloves for 2 of them. We can't buy any iron armor, so that is most unfortunate. Leather cap. Oh, you can wear all of it. Alright, well, then I guess we have to buy 2 more sets of leather gloves. There we go. Look, they actually got a point of defense. Not that it really matters. That's okay. That is what we have fighters for, is to not get our faces bashed in. Now, we cannot afford to buy any armor. How about a weapon? Can we get a better sword? Stabby. Of some repute. We cannot. We can buy a scimitar, but It's only slightly better, so it is more accurate, but we might as well wait for the broadsword and just buy 2 of those. Or see what the next town has if they've got better stuff. Because sometimes it's just go to the better town. It all depends on how things are going for you in combat as to whether you need to spend some time getting stuff. But hey, we have a ship now. What should we name our ship? The Intrepid? The Explorer? The Trainwreck? Maybe it's the SS Trainwreck. Well, can we save on our ship? Yes, we can. We should save on our ship because we're probably going to get attacked. Like so. And Sahagwin and Big Eyes are not friendly customers. So let's deal with that. Radar. Oh, yes, gaze. Gaze is a problem. Gaze usually leads to paralysis. Paralysis leads to an entire party getting stun locked, and then you game over because nobody gets any turns if he successfully gazes each character over the course of a combat. We don't want this. So a group of Big Eyes would be a considerable... Good job, Dante, there with the stabs. Excellent. Alright, let's keep going. It'd be kind of unfortunate to be out-pirated by the pirate people, Sahagwin chiefs, and a shark. How did the shark jump onto the ship, and why are we not running away? And why is there a broken part of our ship? This is a very terrible ship. I'm just going to point that out. Why is it broken? Is that why he was so willing to get rid of it for us? Or get rid of it to give to us? Is that what we are facing off here? Is somebody just trying to dump off their broken down ship to us so they can get a better one? Maybe it's a tax write-off for him. Now that his ship has been acquired by somebody else or stolen, he could say he could get insurance money and be able to, I don't know, get a better ship. Maybe he'll just get to become the most powerful pirate out there because we didn't deal with him, and he used the tax money to get a better crew, better ship, and suddenly, by the time the adventure is done, he is a great and dangerous pirate, and we need that kind of experience and money. And he is going to take over the world afterwards because, you know, it seems nobody else is able to defend themselves. That's why we're doing all the work. And, yeah, we're left kind of picking up the pieces, and hopefully we've leveled higher than he did. Maybe? Maybe? Hopefully. That would be quite the sequel. Final Fantasy 1 Part 2, BK's Revenge. Bikey's Revenge? Bick? Revenge? I don't know. How do we say his name? I honestly don't know. Yay, Sharky's down. So whatever are we going to do in a situation like that? I don't rightly know. I'm a little concerned. But hey, if we fight enough of these guys, we'll level up, and we'll have money, and we can buy better weapons, and not get ambushed, please. And it's a good thing they're doing 1 damage to him. Okay, 7 damage is more than I'd like to see. But what can you do? You can fight them and make sure they don't cause any more problems. That's what we can do. The army of fish people cannot be allowed to get away with what they do. Could you imagine if the world was taken over by fish people? It probably wouldn't work for them. I mean, they can control most of the ocean, and there's a lot of ocean. But I don't see them spending a lot of time on land. We'd just kind of be left to our own devices. Just careful when you go sailing, I suppose. And that's the issue. It's got like a super mast. There's buccaneers. That means that other pirate ships are out there buccaneering. And that's probably not good for us. Maybe this is BK's crew revenge. This is what it is. This is how they do it. Either way, we need better toys because we're not doing enough damage. Might have to go back and buy weapons. I think that's what we'll have to do. We'll have to deal with these buccaneers, and I'm kind of go from there. And maybe we got them. Maybe no. And there we go. We've dealt with the Buccaneers. Just a couple of pirates trying to give us some. Oh, we got a saber. Maybe we'll see what that does. Equip a saber. All right, slightly better. The broadsword is still a better weapon, but that's not terrible. And we are finishing up our adventures on the high seas next episode. Coming up after will be the land of the elves and waking up a prince. Maybe I brought an alarm clock. I'm not sure. Hopefully you enjoyed checking this out. Check out some of the other videos. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this and notifications when more Let's Plays, Top 10s, and other sorted videos come up. Have fun, keep gaming, and I'll see you guys again next time.